Anywhere you go, give it on. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Ladies, we're going to be getting me together today, so let's do that. This is more of a chit chat, you know, chatty, get ready with me. I really rarely, seldomly, hardly ever do these kind of, you know, more relaxed videos that don't involve tips and advice, but this one will still involve it, but more on like, you know, a friendship, chilled out, we're on FaceTime level. So we're going to be getting into this. First things first, on my nails I'm wearing Rimmell London double decker red. So this is the shade I'm wearing right now, and I have 2 coats of this on. It says that it's a 60-second super shine, and to be fair, it actually does dry quite quickly. Also on my brows, as you can see, I've done these babies already. I'm using the Kat Von D brow gel, and this is in the shade Walnut. I have been using this for years. I love this. It's a super dark brown and it looks almost black. The plan for today's video is for us to go through a couple of questions that I received underneath my femininity journey video. So we're going to do that, and we're also going to be, you know, just having normal conversation as well. So let's get into this. We're going to be starting off with my foundation. For my foundation, I'm using 2 different products. So one of them is Nars. This is in the shade Tahoe. This is way too dark, but we're just going to deal, and I'm going to be using that. Then also for my concealer, I use a 2-in-1 concealer and foundation. Now this was only £5, and this was in Superdrug from Revolution. This is super matte, and it says that it's full coverage. It definitely is. This is in the shade f10.5. So in case you're wanting to get this is a bit too light for me, to be honest. So with this one's too dark, this one's too light, and it just brings it all together. So now for me, with my pores, I definitely have kind of large pores, and I've noticed that if I put on way too much product on my face, as in, you know, foundation and concealer, that makes me look even more, you know, makes my pores, the visibility of them, look even more profound. So I have realized that what I need to do personally is not put way too much product on the base of my face. So that's what I try to do these days. I try to make sure that I am being more mindful of, you know, not having to use lots and lots of product, kind of the less is more motto. That's what I try to go by now. And beforehand, I mean, if you saw my last Get Ready With Me, this was almost a year ago now actually, but if you watched that, then you will see that I use a lot of product, a lot of concealer, a lot of well, mainly concealer I used to use a lot of, and I just realized I don't really have a mirror in front of me right now, so I need to figure that out, because I'm using the camera. Let me get that mirror. As you can see, these shades do kind of work together. Now, ladies, honestly, I just want to speak to you about the realness of PMS. I don't know if any of you really do experience this with severe and extreme you know, bursts and symptoms, but I have been having that so much recently. So it gets to the point where I can be laughing and joking like 1 minute, and the next minute I could be crying about something, and then 5 minutes later I can feel back to normal, and then 5 minutes after that I can be like upset again. It's been so mental recently, really bad. And also my actual symptoms with my period have really progressed. I've always had quite heavy periods and it's kind of annoying, but now my period, like the actual symptoms of them, have gotten worse. My right leg goes a little bit numb, so the top half of it is like mildly numb for the first day or two of my period, and I have, my back feels like it's breaking that way, and my stomach pain is just really intense. It's too much. It's actually too much, and I feel like no one really speaks about these things. And it got to the point where I felt like this wasn't even normal. And I googled on the NHS website. If you're not from the UK, the NHS is our main national healthcare kind of provider. So I googled on their website and my symptoms are normal, but it's just more the extreme. And this is unacceptable. It really is. It's unacceptable. And even in terms of tampons, if you want the certain brands, if you want the ones that have the applicator, they only go up to a certain amount of absorption. It's like, it's crazy. This world is not right. It's just not right. It really isn't. So I just find myself thinking, what is going on? What is really going on? Do you girls also have really annoying symptoms with your periods? Are they extreme? And yeah, how do you kind of cope with it? I'm not prepared to. I'm using, by the way, for my not highlighter, for my concealer, just for an extra boost, I'm using Nars in Custard. This is a medium one. And as you can see, just a little bit, and we're going to pat that in. But let me know if you also do have this and you know how you deal with it. I'm not prepared to go on any kind of medication or anything at all. I just don't really want to do any of that and tamper with, you know, my natural, what my body wants to do by itself. I don't want to tamper with that. So yeah, let me know if you also deal with this. Also, something that I do have quite prominent pores, is I like to really press in the product into my pores. This just helps to conceal it even more. Just priming my lids for a little bit of eyeshadow, and we're just going to do a really simple look today. Really quick and simple. Lots of people do want like quick, easy makeup that they can do on a daily basis, and this is definitely a routine that does not take a lot of time. Of course, you have to realize that today I'm going to be talking, I'm going to be answering questions, but this can take me, if I wanted to, anywhere between 20 minutes to 30 minutes. 20 minutes being not fun at all, like you're literally scrambling around. 25 minutes is comfortable, and 30 minutes is I'm relaxing, I'm watching something, I'm really taking my time to do it. So yeah, this is really a quick routine, but I'm just going to wash my hands and I'll come straight back. I just want to take this moment to say thank you to everybody who has done consultations with me recently, and also who signed up to my Patreon. Also, there's one lady in particular who sends me lots of cash outs, which is really lovely. So just wanted to say a big thank you to all of you, of course, as well to everyone who supports me on this channel as well. Tara Biscuit wanted me to do a video on the benefits of glowing up, of my personal glow up journey and my experiences. So let's discuss that a little bit. I really have experienced lots of benefits since I decided to start my femininity glow up journey. I really have. I feel like the main benefits that I have received are, well, the main ones that mean a lot are the ones that have been more internal. In terms of confidence and those things, I have really excelled in that regard, and that is so important. And of course there are other ones as well, and I'm going to get into those in a moment, but the confidence in myself has been amazing. It's actually life-changing. And I don't want you to just be thinking about, you know, the benefits of, you know, in terms of dating or whatever, but how you feel about yourself means a lot, okay? That will just take you a long way. And how you feel about yourself is one of the biggest things in life, because it can be a complete hindrance or it can be something really uplifting for you, which in turn will make you make the best decisions for yourself and for others, really, that you care about. For example, with confidence, I have just excelled so much with that. I used to be somebody who was so sensitive, and anything you said to me, especially about my appearance, would really affect me. And that was because I didn't feel good in myself. I wasn't confident in myself. And at the times when I was, of course, it didn't affect me. And then my confidence kind of dissipated. So I was kind of fragile with certain things when people would make comments in regard to my appearance. That would really hurt my feelings. And whereas like most people, it might not, it might just be like water off a duck's back. For me, I was really sensitive, so it used to upset me a lot. I have even mentioned, like in some of my videos, that, you know, what some of my insecurities were, and I've spoken about those things. And like there's one lady on my YouTube channel who is obsessed with me. Okay, she's actually obsessed with me, and she makes comments all the time. Sometimes she deletes them before, like she'll post it so only I can see it, and then she'll delete it, if that makes sense. So it still comes up for me to see, and I just don't even know why she does these things, but she's completely obsessed with me, and she always makes reference to my appearance, right? So she'll say things like, your pores are huge, because I've mentioned my pores before. She's like, your nose is this, because I've mentioned my nose insecurities in the past. Your hair is... I don't use the word that she used because I think that it shows, you know, where she kind of grew up and everything. So I don't use those words, but she used that term. She was basically being derogatory about my hair, and I know exactly what kind of person this is. And she also makes reference to my height. Basically, I'm all over the place, okay? So what she is trying to do essentially is to put me down about things that I've mentioned in the past that bother me. And so my point was about confidence, right? In the past, that could have really affected me, like really had some kind of impact on me. When I say the past, I mean the past, okay? Pre-2018, that's what I mean. Me nowadays, that could never affect me. You could tell me to jump off a bridge. You could tell me to do anything you want me to do, and I'm never going to be upset about it. You could tell me I'm ugly, or I don't know, come up with a hate campaign for me. It's not going to impact me. It won't work. And the reason why it can never work is because I have done my femininity journey. Within that femininity journey, I didn't just work on my outer. I did intense mental work. Intense. And I got myself to a place where you cannot upset what I've done. You can't break me. You can't do that, okay? I'm solid in myself. And that is a place where lots of people would like to get to, and everybody deserves to get there. That lady in those comments who is obsessed with, she's the one who's actually obsessed with how I look, more than more than I was by the sounds of things. She's really obsessed with me. I know that she hasn't done the outer work or the inner work, which is why she's coming from a place of derangement. So you have to do the confidence work, unless you want to be like that. You want to be in, you know, and that isn't what any of us want for ourselves. Nobody wakes up wanting to be a troll on YouTube or try to put other women down for trying to bring themselves up. Who does that, you know? So, you know, I don't even want to bash her because I know that she has to do the work. She has to do the work. That brings me back to the confidence. It's so important to do the femininity journey, to have that confidence benefit. That will benefit your life immensely. And it's very important. I'm just going to put a little bit of my almost finished lip gloss on my lips because I hate the feeling of like plain lips. That is my worst nightmare. Let's glossify these things. There we go. My eyes are pretty much done. I might add a little bit of white actually in my inner corner just to kind of brighten that area up a little bit more. As you can see, we've just gone for kind of like a natural look on the eyes. So yes, let's use a bit of white and just brighten this inner corner up a little bit more. Done one side more than the other. Let's try and match it. We're almost there. Yes. That is a bit better. Okay, so let's go ahead and start doing wait, should we finish my eyes first? No, we're not going to do that yet. So now we're going to do a bit of contour and we're going to get that going. More benefits I've had have of course been in society. The way that people treat me today is so different to how people used to treat me before I began my femininity journey. So different. So different. You know what I think it actually is? It's the respect. It's the respect. If you go back, and on one of my consultations we actually had a bit of a giggle about this yesterday, which was about my voice control and how much it's changed. And you know, well, we were actually laughing at how it sounded before, okay? And you've got to understand, if you go back and you listen to my older videos and you listen to how I sounded, would you respect me if I came in to a shop, or if I went to a really nice restaurant and I sounded like that? What would you think of me? You're going to be judging me in a certain way, and I think I might have done a little bit more contour on the bottom of my nose than I need to. She's giving Tintin. I think it's too much contour. I'm not even going to do that to myself. You know what? I think that it will sort it out once I do my translucent powder, so we're just going to go with it. We're going to roll with the punches, as they say. So that's another benefit that I have definitely received, is that people treat me so much better in society than they used to. I'm using the wrong brush. Oh gosh. That people treat me so much better. I'm using my blush brush. People treat me so much better now in society than they used to previously. And that is definitely down to my femininity journey, my feminine voice control, the way that I present myself as well to the world. It's definitely changed things for me and opened up doors that were not, they were closed, okay? They were bolted for me before, and now I have a place there. So let me be a little bit clearer. Just in terms of being able to be approached by a man who has success behind him, who actually thinks highly of himself, who owns his own home, men who have more. I was not being approached by men like that before, and to be honest, I feel like those kinds of men would have been more so avoiding me before. So it's definitely the benefits in terms of my confidence and being able to actually date beneficially with the men who I never would have thought would have been dating me. Of course, we can't avoid the fact that when you have done your feminine glow up and transformation and you're dressed nicely, you have your hair in a hairstyle that is universal, that everybody understands, okay? And you ladies can get upset about it. That's none of my business. If you are upset with something, I know that it's your stuff. It has nothing to do with me. I can't tailor what I'm saying and what my experiences are just to nurture everybody. I can't do that. So we're going to be real, right? So let's just be real and let me speak my truth and what my experiences are. So wearing a universal hairstyle, a nice girly feminine outfit, okay, that isn't only on Instagram, that's not just something that people only wear in your community, that is known worldwide, okay? A universal outfit, universal hair, universal footwear, wearing universal colors, all of these things, universal makeup, natural looking eyelashes. Not that I ever used to wear lashes that don't actually look natural. That's never been my thing, but I'm just trying to pinpoint what the femininity transformation must include and what mine includes. So these are things that I started doing and taking on that brought about a lot of benefits, because I played about a lot with my femininity journey in terms of my look for my femininity journey, trying to find out what was going to suit me. I'm going to do my lashes now. I'm using the Ardell Demi Wispies. Once I finally mastered what works for me in terms of my look, my hair, my makeup, then I was really able to excel and have more benefits. Going out and having your tab paid for, going out, having somebody buy you a drink, having the people who work there give you things for free, especially when you really get that feminine voice control going, then you're able to really have a bit more of a hold on these men. It's the whole look, it's the whole thing, the whole feminine aesthetic. And the benefits are, of course, monetary, in the way that you're courted, the way that you're looked upon in society, the way that you're respected by people in society and people who you meet with, relationships, all of that jazz. It's completely different, totally different. Of course, the confidence aspect as well. But let's get this lash on. I think it's about tacky enough now. With my lashes, sometimes I have lots of issues putting my lashes on because my eyelashes are getting longer, and they're also naturally really like they're curled, so it can be a little bit of a pain to actually get my lashes on sometimes. I was recording, talking, doing my lashes for a solid more 5 minutes with all of this, and my camera wasn't recording anymore. So I have applied my lashes, but you haven't missed anything else in terms of my makeup routine. So we're going to continue on. I'm about to put a little bit of liner on my top lash line. So let's do that and also answer another question. Asigej, I think, said, this video was amazing. Can you do in-depth videos on your glow up journey, how to choose clothes for your body, how you learned makeup, etc.? Let's discuss that, shall we? First of all, learning makeup, you have to learn on your own face. That has been my own experience. By the way, I'm just going over my lash line to give it more oomph and hopefully make my eyes look a bit bigger. That is something else I like to do. You can watch as many tutorials as you would like, but you have to do your makeup on your own face. Like seriously, you can watch so many tutorials on how to apply lashes and how to do this and how to do that, but if you don't practice on yourself, then it doesn't make sense. Well, this is it for me because I'm the kind of person who has to, you know, do something to learn. That was how I learned how to do makeup, just by practicing, literally. And by the way, I use the NYX That's the Point eyeliner, so that's what I used to do my liner just now. So ladies, I'm just adding a little bit more blusher. If you've been around for a minute and you watch my other get ready with me videos, then you do know that I'm obsessed with adding blusher. So just adding a little bit more, and now I'm going to add translucent powder and I'll be back. When it comes to outfits and choosing what suits you and where to start with your femininity journey, then you have to look at your body and you have to try on different clothes and see what suits you best. See what looks suit you best. Like, there are certain things you can wear that can age you a lot, and then there are certain things you can wear that can make you look younger or that complement your body better. Certain colors that don't work for you, certain colors that work more for you than others. I would suggest that you take a day, go into a shopping center, go into different clothing shops, go into the changing rooms and try on a lot of things and just see what suits you best. I would say that that's where to start, to be honest. There's no right or wrong way when it comes to you actually choosing what style you want, but just try to stick to the more classic things and also add your own style as well. We don't all need to be like carbon copies of each other, but at the same time, you still want to keep things in the classic realm. So that is what I say. Have your own style added onto a classic look. You know, something that you know you can wear in 5 years time and it's still going to look okay, even in 10 years time, and it's still going to look, you know, good. Now I'm going to put some mascara on my bottom lashes.
Anywhere you go, anywhere you go.
Okay, there's my eyes done, and now we're going to do my favorite part, which is lips. But before we go into lips, I'm just going to answer the last question. Here's another question. This is from Dime a Dozen. She said, can we discuss feminine jobs to get that require low stress and possibly more visibility to suitable men? I would suggest that you work as a PA, as a secretary, as some form of assistant in maybe a solicitor's firm. Maybe you could work as a receptionist in barristers or judges' chambers. That would be a really good way straight away for you to head into a job that is low stress, in the sense that when you leave work, you don't have to do any of your commitments afterwards. You work at the hours that you work. When you go home, it's your own time. And it's also putting you in touch every single day that you're working with professional men in the legal field. So these are men who are going to be suitors for you. So I was working before as a legal assistant and / secretary, because I had secretarial duties as well, but I was actually an assistant. So I had to go to court, I had to do all of those things, and I was in direct communication with men who are what I would say my type. I was around these men who would be more suitors, as you say. I wasn't there in my femininity glow up. My femininity journey had not yet commenced, and none of them were looking at me in that way at all. There was one, I feel like there was kind of something, but he didn't pursue anything. Perhaps if I had already put my best foot forward and had started implementing my femininity journey, and especially my feminine voice control in terms of my actual diction, then I think that things could have been very different for me at that time when I was working there. But coming from someone who has worked in that environment and who has been surrounded by QC Wispies, by junior barristers. I used to work for a partner in a solicitor's firm. I would say that it would definitely be beneficial for you to do something like that, and also it's actually fun. If there are really good juicy cases on, like at one point when I was working at that solicitor's firm, there was a huge murder trial and it was so juicy and interesting. And I know it might seem weird for some of you, me referring to a murder trial as juicy and interesting, but when you're working and you get to see the exhibits, you're actually photocopying and producing all of the bundles for the exhibits, you're getting to go to court and you're doing all that fun stuff. It's very exciting. But I just didn't happen to like anybody that I worked with apart from one lady, and then she left to go to Spain, so it was very toxic working there. And also I didn't want to work with anyone because I'm someone who I'm better behind the camera. Okay, let's just put it that way. Another option for a feminine job before I get into my lipstick combo is maybe working as a medical receptionist for a GP practice or a hospital. There are some doctors and consultants in the medical field who are very established and successful, and it would be nice for you to be situated right there in between them at the desk, looking pretty happy and in your nice pencil skirt and your cute blouses and your red lipstick and your nice hairstyles and your nice perfume and your red nails. So yeah, why not go for those kind of positions and posts? And also don't forget about the psychiatrists, the psychologists practices as well. You could be a receptionist working for a small practice that gives you even more direct communication to maybe the person who owns it, you know, especially if it's private. So there are so many different options for you. And I know as well you mentioned about feminine jobs. I don't want you to get too hung up on I must have a feminine job, must have a feminine job. If you need to work, or maybe there's just a job that you like and it might not be feminine, you can still do it if you want to. And I don't want women to feel like the only way I can survive is on another guy's money. You don't have to only do that. That was something for me that I did, and now I'm trying to embrace improving myself. I want to have my own businesses. I want to make the most of myself, do the next thing, go to the next level. I have plans, I have goals, I have ambition and things that I want to do and that excite me, you know. So if that's you as well, then that's great. You're still a feminine woman if you have a certain goal in mind or something that you really are passionate about. Also, perhaps working as the reservationist in a restaurant, in like a really nice high, you know, upscale swanky restaurant or bar. You could do something like that. Or you could be working at something private members related as a receptionist as well. You could also work in a designer brand shop like Hermes. This is going to give you direct contact with men who are shopping in Hermes. There you go. And of course, little cute things that you can do to earn some extra, just an extra flow of money can be babysitting or childcare or something like that. I personally I've actually stopped doing my babysitting and those things that I used to do before. If I have an evening and I'm just doing nothing, I could be making some money and also looking after a lovely little babe. So yeah, there's another option for you. It's a feminine job. Princess Diana met Prince Charles, or when he was a prince, when she was a nanny. So there's another option for you. Now let's get into my lipstick combination. I'm going to come a little bit closer. I'm using a really dark brown. I got this from Pax Cosmetics. If you're not from the UK, it's just like what you would call a beauty supply shop. Let's get my lips done and overlined. As you can see, I really do like to overline my lips. Now, you see this ridge that I have here? I like to go over it. Okay, so that's what I like to do because otherwise it looks really weird. Imagine if I just go in here, then I have that whole ridge. It's really, really weird for me. So I like to overline and go over that ridge to reduce the appearance of it. So that's what I do, so let's do it. So that's my lip liner and overlining done. Now if you missed one of my story times when I spoke about my recent lipstick combination that I always do and that I love and I'm asked about constantly, then I'm doing it again right now. I do not have the names of this brand or whatever this was. They were only on the packaging. I'm using this pink shade first of all, so let's get this on. Now this is what I like to put in the center. I like a pink lip. I think that for day to day, this suits me the best. Of course, if you blended that nicely together, then that could be your lipstick combination. But I'm not going to stop there. I am going to add this dark, deep red tone. And you can see I'm going just on top of my lip liner. So now we're just going to go back over some of the red with a bit more of that pink, just to kind of blend it in a little bit so that line isn't so harsh with the red. And now we're going to add some of this. This is screaming out for some more a new purchase, but we're going to add a little bit of gloss on top. And that is my lipstick combination. I just like to do that to take off some in the middle that could go on my teeth. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of this shade. Now this is what I put on my lids for my shadow. Girl, this is what I put on my eyes, okay? So we're going to add this over here, just to kind of try to reduce the eye bags a little bit. And I find that this works so that in some well, some lighting, you see, I just feel like it works a little bit. It does something for me and it just makes it look a little bit less visible. So this is what I like to do. And I'm also going to add some of the white that we added on my inner corner as well, to really brighten this up as well a bit more. Just put the remainder of the white on here as well. It's just a little bit of white eyeshadow. To finish this look off, I'm going to go into my Too Faced Let's Play palette and I'm going to add a little bit of the gold. It's like a nice shimmery gold, and I'm just going to add that here for a little bit more pizzazz. And some on the balls of my cheeks as well. Wait, we're not done, because we didn't add that shade that we added onto my shadow. We forgot to add it my underbrow under my brow bone. We didn't do that. Let's do it. Okay, this step is actually kind of paramount. Without it, it just looks a bit like something's missing. Oh yeah, I see the difference even if you don't. So now we're finished. Okay, she's done. ladies enjoyed this video, I'm going to love you and leave you here. Thank you for watching. Thumbs up for more makeup videos, more chatty videos, more get ready with me videos, and I will see you in my next video.